सर्वेभ्यः नमो नमः। अद्य एतस्मिन् सम्भाषण संस्कृत पाठ्यक्रमे भवद्भ्यः सर्वेभ्यः स्वागतं करोमि। Hello to everybody. I welcome you all today in this spoken Sanskrit class. In the last lesson we had read about the use of genitive case, introducing ourselves, and today we will read about introducing, saying I, this, that, using nouns and pronouns in nominative case. How to say this, that, I, you, he, she, it, like this. So to say I am Sadananda, how to say it in Sanskrit? In the last lesson we had said, we had learnt how to say my name is Sadananda, like Mama Nama Sadananda. And how to say I am Sadananda? I am Sadananda. Aham Sadananda. Let me see who are there. Good. How to say I am Sadananda? In Sanskrit, we can say Aham Sadananda. So my name is Sadananda would be Mama Nama Sadananda. And now to say I am Sadananda, it would be Aham Sadananda. Aham Sadananda. And he will say I am Sadananda, you are Rama. How to say it in Sanskrit? Aham Sadanandaha Bhavan Rama. A male person, Bhavan. Bhavan Rama. A female person, Bhavati Sita. You are Sita. You are Rama. You are Sita. I am Sadananda. So to say this, you can say Aham Sadanandaha Bhavan Ramaha Bhavati Sita. Aham Bhavan Bhavati. Okay, I welcome you, Evaji. I welcome also others. I see some names here. Shanti, Pandit, and whoever is there, I welcome you all. To continue to say, I am Sadananda, Maman Aham Sadananda, you are Rama, Bhavan Ramaha, you are Sita, Bhavati Sita. So Aham, Bhavan and Bhavati. If you say, I am a teacher, Aham Shikshakaha, Aham Acharyaha, Aham Acharyaha, I am a teacher. Aham Shikshakaha, I am a teacher. Aham, by using Aham, you can say Aham. Aham Purushaha, I am a man. Aham Vaidyaha, I am a doctor. Aham Vaidyaha. Aham, a female person can say Aham Stri, I am a woman. Aham Stri, Aham Mahila, Aham Purushaha. So Aham. And Bhavan, if you address to somebody, male person, then you can say Bhavan. Bhavan Ramaha. Bhavan Shikshakaha, you are a teacher. Bhavan Vaidyaha, you are a doctor. And a female person would say, to a female person you can say Bhavati. Bhavati Sita, you are Sita. Bhavati Stri, you are a woman. Bhavati Acharya, you are a teacher. Bhavati Shikshika, you are a teacher. Bhavati Vaidya, you are a doctor. Bhavati Kanya, you are a girl. Kanya, a girl. So Aham, Bhavan and Bhavati. Of course, Aham in all genders, Aham is the same. In masculine, Aham. In feminine, Aham. In neuter, Aham. If you use a neuter noun like Mitram, Mitram is a friend. If you say I am a friend, Aham Mitram, it is also possible. Aham Purushaha, Aham Stri, Aham Kanya, Aham Acharyaha, Aham Mitram. So like this, Aham Bhavan and Bhavati, we can say. Then how to say this, that, it? For example, to say Eshaha, this is a cup. This is a cup. Cup Chashakaha. We can say Eshaha Chashakaha. If the cup is at a distance, then we can say Saha Chashakaha. If the cup is nearby, we can say Eshaha Chashakaha. This is a cup. And Saha Chashakaha, that is a cup. So this, that. Eshaha, Saha. So same way we can say Eshaha Purushaha. This is a man. Saha Purushaha. That is a man. Eshaha Purushaha, Saha Purushaha. Eshaha Acharyaha, Saha Acharyaha. Eshaha and Saha. Namaskar Tyagi ji. Namaskar Prabhakar ji. Eshaha Saha. Eshaha Purushaha, Saha Purushaha. Eshaha Acharyaha, Saha Acharyaha. Eshaha Devaha, Saha Devaha. Eshaha Naraha, Saha Naraha. So Eshaha Saha. This, that. We can use this Eshaha and Saha, that, for persons as well as for objects or things. For example, Eshaha Chashakaha. Eshaha Chashakaha. If the Chashaka is at a distance, we can say Saha Chashakaha. Eshaha Hastaha. This is hand. Eshaha Hastaha. Saha Balaha. That is a boy. Saha Gramaha. That is a village. Saha Vrikshaha. That is a tree. So Saha. By using Saha, we can say the things which are at a distance. And the things which are nearby, we can use Eshaha. Eshaha Vrikshaha. This is a tree. Eshaha Chashakaha. Eshaha Gramaha. Eshaha Naraha. Eshaha Purushaha. Eshaha Shishyaha. Shishyaha, a student, a disciple. Eshaha Shishyaha. Esha Shishya. For people in feminine, and also for objects which are grammatically feminine in gender, we can use Esha Sa. Esha Sa. For example, Esha, it's a knife. Esha Churika. Esha, feminine. Astem, feminine. Esha Churika. Esha Ghati. Esha Ghati. Esha Agni Petika. Esha Agni Petika. Esha Agni Shalaka. Agni Shalaka. Esha Shalaka. Agni Shalaka. Agni Petika. Esha. If things are at a distance, then we can use sa. Sa kanya, sa agnishalaka, sa churika, sa stri, sa kanya, sa devi, sa mahila, a woman, sa putri, daughter, saha putraha, a son, sa putri, saha masculine, sa feminine, eshaha masculine, esha feminine. So esha, eshaha, sa, saha. In masculine and in feminine, we can distinguish the articles like in other languages, particularly in German language. We use also articles for everything. So in the same Sanskrit also, we use articles for objects as for things and also for people. Saha naraha, the man or that man. Eshaha naraha, the man or this man. Eshaha balaha, the boy or this boy. Saha balaha, the boy or that boy. Saha chashakaha, the cup or that cup. Eshaha hastaha, the hand or this hand. So eshaha, saha, esha, sa. And to denote objects in neuter gender, then we can use also articles in neuter gender. The forms of these articles in neuter gender we can use, which will be tat and etat. If we say this is a fan or a hand fan, fan, we can say for fan the word is vyajanam. Vyajanam. For a hand fan we can say hasta vyajanam. For a electric fan we can say vidyut vyajanam. So vyajanam is a neuter gender. We can say this is a fan. Etat vyajanam. Etat vyajanam. And if this fan is at a distance, then we can say tat vyajanam. That is a fan. So etat and tat. Etat jalam. This is water. Tat vanam. That is a forest. Vanam, forest. Tad vanam. Tad jalam. Tat akasham. Sky, akasham, neuter gender. So tat akasham, there is also sandhi which we don't need in the primary stage, but there are certain sandhis which are also natural. Becoming the. That is not absolutely necessary on the primary stage. So we can say tat akasham. tat vanam, tat jalam, tat netram, eye, tat mukham, face, that is face. If it is nearby, if something is nearby, then we can say etat, etat mukham, the face or this is face, etat mukham, etat vanam, etat jalam, etat pustakam, pustakam, a book, etat pustakam, we can say etat pustakam. When the book is at a distance, we can say tat pustakam. When it is nearby, etat pustakam. So etat, tat. So in masculine we have saha, eshaha. In feminine we have sa, esha. And in neuter we have tat, etat. So these are the articles we use in three different genders. So when we ask questions, how to ask questions, then we have to see or we have to know the interrogative pronouns or the different forms of interrogative pronouns in masculine, in feminine, and in neuter gender. When we say, who are you? Who are you? Then you is Bhavan. Then when we say, who are you? Bhavan kaha. Bhavan kaha. Kaha. We use in masculine. Bhavan kaha. Who are you? Who is he? Sah kaha. When you say, the answer would be, he is Rama. Then sah kaha. Sah Ramaha. Who are you? Bhavan kaha. You can say, I am a man, I am a student, I am a teacher, I am a person, whatever you are. You can say, aham purushaha, aham balaha, aham devaha, aham acharyaha, aham vaidyaha, aham naraha. So when you ask Bhavan kaha, who are you? Then the answer would be, aham purushaha, I am a person. Aham shishyaha, I am a student. When you ask Sah kaha, who is he? Then the answer could be Saha balaha, he is a boy. Saha shishyaha, he is a student. And the same question can be also asked in a different way. If you say, we ask Saha kaha, who is he? Then the answer is Saha balaha. If we say, who is a boy? It could be also asked in a different way. Who is a boy? Kaha balaha. Kaha balaha. There can be also a difference in intonation. Who is a boy? Kaha balaha. Then the answer would be Saha balaha or Eshaha balaha. You can say, he is a boy, this is a boy, that is a boy. So, Saha balaha or Eshaha balaha. But the question is, Kaha balaha. So, which kah or Saha kaha, Bhavan kaha. You can say, Aham kaha, who am I? It might sound like a philosophical question, but one can ask, who am I? Kaha aham, koham, famous phrase, koham, kaha aham, who am I? Then the answer could be, aham sadanandaha, aham shishyaha, aham purushaha, aham brahma. Like in Vedanta, Brahmasmi, aham Brahmasmi, koham, aham Brahmasmi. So kaha can be used to ask questions. Kaha. in masculine. Similarly, in feminine, you can use ka. If you say, who are you? Bhavati ka. Who are you? Bhavati ka. Who is she? Sa ka. Huh? Who is this? Ishta ka. So ka is feminine. Ka. Isha ka. Sa ka. Bhavati ka. So one can ask questions by using ka in feminine. In other way, you can also say sa ka bhavati ka Sita. Who is Sita? Ka Lata. Who is Lata? Then the answer could be Esha Lata or Sa Lata. Ka Sita. Who is Sita? The answer can be Esha Sita or Sa Sita. So ka with it, ka one can questions in feminine. Ka. And then in neuter for denoting objects or things in neuter one also can use pronouns interrogative pronoun forms in neuter. Like when we say, what is this? Or what is that? Then one can say, tat kim. Tat kim. What is that? Or etat kim. What is this? Then the answer would be uttaram. Answer uttaram. The answer would be, this is a book. Etat pustakam. Or what is that? Tat kim. The answer would be tat pustakam. That is a book. So, but question is tat kim, with kim. Tat kim. What is that? Etat kim. What is this? Tat nagaram. Nagaram, a city. Tat nagaram. Tat vanam, a forest. Tat jalam, that is water. Jalam is neuter. Jalam, vanam, pustakam, akasham. These are all nouns in neuter, or stem neuter nouns. And to ask questions in neuter by using kim, one can ask. Tat kim, etat kim. Sah kaha, sa ka. So kaha in masculine, ka in feminine, and kim in neuter. So by using these interrogative pronouns, one can ask questions. So the pronouns, personal pronouns like aham, and aham means I, bhavan means you. To give a note here, we do not use second person pronouns to denote you, to say you, because that needs also second person verbal forms, verbs in second person. So to keep aside in the primary label, we use bhavan, which is honorific and which is also respected honorific term. To say somebody using a honorific term is also fine, and then you can say you, bhavan, not tvam. Tvam we keep it for one's label. So for the time being, it is a first person and third person. Aham bhavan, or saha, ramaha, devaha. Aham is first person, I, aham, and saha, ramaha, devaha, sa, ka, tat, etat, purushaha, kanya, stri, they all are in third person. So in this way, we keep aside the second person use on the primary stage to make it easier for the learners. Okay, so aham, I, eshaha, this, saha, that, or he, kaha, who, sa, she, or esha, she, or this, that, and then tat, that, etat, this, and kim, what. Kim is what, kaha is who, ka in feminine is also who. So these are the pronouns or pronominal adjectives, and then we use them when we denote things or persons. Eshaha chashakaha, etat pustakam, tat valam, tat jalam, saha naraha, saha ramaha, sa janani, sa kanya. So like this, the personal pronouns or pronominal adjectives we use in this way. Then, how to say the places like here, there, where, how to say these words in Sanskrit. Here, atra. The word is atra. Atra, here. Tatra, there. Kutra, where. Where? Kutra. So atra, tatra, kutra. When you say, I am here. So the word for I am is, or I, aham, and here is atra, aham atra. We don't use the verbs now. We just use the words, I am here, without using a verb. Aham atra. You are there. Bhavan tatra. I am here, you are there. Aham atra, bhavan tatra. Bhavati tatra. You are there. Feminine. She is there. Sa tatra. He is there. Sah tatra. When you say, where is Rama? Ramaha kutra. Ramaha kutra. Where? Where is your house? Bhavataha griham kutra. Where is your house? We have used already bhavataha, the word bhavataha we already know in genitive singular, like your. Bhavataha nama. Mama nama, my. So, mama griham, house, kutra. Where? Where is my house? Mama griham kutra. Where is your house? Bhavataha griham kutra. Bhavatyaha griham kutra. Where is your house? In feminine gender. Bhavatyaha. Where is your book? Bhavataha pustakam kutra. Where is your chashakaha? Cup. Bhavataha chashakaha kutra. So like this, atra, tatra, kutra we can use. The words atra, tatra, kutra. Atra means here, tatra means there, kutra means where. And then anyatra. Anyatra means elsewhere, somewhere else. Anyatra. Not there, elsewhere. Atra na, tatra na, anyatra. Anyatra means elsewhere. And then sarvatra, sarvatra, everywhere. In all places, everywhere, sarvatra. So atra, tatra, kutra, anyatra, sarvatra. To make a little sentence, we can say, perhaps we use the simple verb asti, is. Asti, is. Atra pustakam asti. The book is here. Atra pustakam asti. Tatra vanam asti. There is a forest. Forest is there. Tatra vanam asti. There is a tree. Tatra vrikshaha asti. Tatra. And then atra. Then when you ask a question, where is the tree? Vrikshaha kutra asti. Where is your house? So, bhavataha griham kutra asti. Is your book? Bhavataha pustakam kutra asti. So, like this, you can ask questions by using kutra, where. And the answer can be using tatra, atra, anyatra, or sarvatra, or even ekatra. Ekatra means together. So these are a bunch of words and indeclinable words, avyaya padam, avyaya padani, etani sarvani, avyaya padani, indeclinable words, and one can learn them together and like this: atra, here; tatra, there; kutra, where; anyatra, elsewhere; ekatra, at one place or together; and sarvatra, everywhere. You can ask small questions using these, and then you can get answers. Let's say some example sentences. Where is God? Ishwaraha kutra asti. You can say Ishwara sarvatra asti. The God is everywhere. Sarvatra. Where is wind? Wind, vayuhu. Vayuhu kutra asti. You can answer vayuhu sarvatra asti. Sarvatra. So by using sarvatra, you can answer these questions, or you can say some sentences. Vayuhu sarvatra asti. Ishwaraha sarvatra asti. Prakashaha sarvatra asti. Light is everywhere. And so like this, whatever you want to say, by using sarvatra, one can use. One can say. So atra, tatra, kutra, sarvatra, anyatra, ekatra. Ekatra, anyatra. Ekatra means at one place, anyatra means at another place. You can say ekatra mama gruham asti, anyatra bhavatah gruham asti. My home is at one place, your home is at another place, or your home is elsewhere. So anyatra ekatra. To learn these words in the best way, we can learn a beautiful subhasita. As in the last lesson, we had learned a subhasita for genitive cases. If you remember, I can repeat it today. Hastasya bhushanam danam, satyam kanthasya bhushanam, shrotrasya bhushanam shastram, bhushanai kim prayojanam. Hastaha hastasya, kantaha kanthasya, shrotram shrotrasya. So for genitive singular forms, we have learned this subhashita. Today, to learn these words, atra, tatra, sarvatra, anyatra, ekatra, we can also learn a subhashita which goes like this. Atra, tatra, cha sarvatra, vartate parameshwara, anyatra chapi tat sthanam, kutra syad yatra nasti sah. So in this verse, we are learning about these words, or these words are used: atra, tatra, cha, sarvatra, vartate, parameshwaraha. Anyatra, cha, api, tat, sthanam, kutra, syad, yatra, nasti, sah. Atra, here; tatra, there; cha, and; sarvatra, everywhere; vartate, is; parameshwaraha, the great Lord. So the great Lord is everywhere. Atra, tatra, cha, sarvatra. The great Lord is here, there, and everywhere. Anyatra cha api tat sthanam. Elsewhere is also his place. Kutra syat. Where is there, or what place is there? Yatra nasti sah. Where he is not where he is not present. So if you memorize this verse, this Subhasita, you would also memorize the words atra, tatra, sarvatra, anyatra, kutra, yatra. So by memorizing this Subhashita, you can learn these words. And these words we use in our day-to-day conversation. Every day when you speak in your mother tongue or in any language, we use these words here, there, where, elsewhere, everywhere, like this, here, there, where, there. So these are very commonly used words, and if you remember this Subhashita, you can also learn these words. Once again, I can recite this and you can repeat it whenever you have time, and then you can also learn. Atra tatra cha satra vartate parameshwara anyatra chapi tat sthanam kutra syad yatra nasti sah. Okay. Now, going to the next point, when we say how to say asti and nasti, is not. Ramaha asti, Rama is. Ramaha nasti, Rama is not. Or when you say Rama is there, we have already learned the word there, tatra. So how to say Rama is there? Tatra Ramaha asti. How to say Rama is not there? Tatra Ramaha nasti. So asti means is and nasti is not, negative. So the negative particle na is used here. Pustakam asti, book is there. Pustakam nasti, book is not there. So asti nasti. Jalam asti, water is there. Jalam nasti, water is not there. The tree is there. Tatra vrikshaha asti. The tree is not there. Tatra vrikshaha nasti. So asti nasti, is not. Then how to yes and no? In Sanskrit we can say yes, am, by using am, and by using na we can say no. Am, yes. Am asti. Na nasti. You can say when somebody is asking, is there a book? Tatra pustakam asti kim. By using kim, you can say tatra pustakam asti kim. Then the answer would be am. Tatra pustakam asti. Yes, there is a book. Tatra vanam asti kim. Is there a forest? If you say yes, then you can say am. Tatra vanam asti. Or you can say no, there is no forest. Tatra, first you have to say na. Na tatra vanam nasti. So am asti, na nasti. Is there a Rama? Tatra Ramaha asti kim? And then the answer would be yes, Rama is there. Am Ramaha tatra asti. Or yes, Rama is here. Am Ramaha atra asti. Where is the book? Pustakam kutra asti. The answer would be Pustakam tatra asti. There is the book. But if you ask, is there a book? Is there a book? Tatra pustakam asti kim? Then the answer could be given by using am or na. Yes or no. If you say yes, there is a book. Am tatra pustakam asti. Or if you say no, there is no book, then you can say na tatra pustakam nasti. So asti is and nasti is not. Similarly, yes is am and no is na. Am na. Am asti na nasti. So in this way, one can use these words. Am. How to say yes in Sanskrit? By using am. There are other ways also. You can say badham, which is yes. Na is no. Yeah. So tatra pustakam nasti. Tatra vrikshaha nasti. Na tatra vrikshaha nasti. No, there is no tree. No, there is no book. Yes, there is a tree. Am tatra vrikshaha asti. So am na is yes and no. Asti nasti is not. And then the words for here, there, elsewhere, where, everywhere, at one place, at another place, the words we have learned today, atra, tatra, kutra, sarvatra, ekatra, anyatra, yatra, tatra. Yatra, the word yatra can be also used for relative sentences, relative clause, like where, there. Where is kutra, and where there is a wheel, yatra. Yatra is used also where, for where, in relative clause. That we can use them in different on different occasions at different times. But for today, I think if you focus on these points, the use of nominative case like aham, Ramaha, Bhavan, Bhavati, and also Krishnaha, Sita, the names of the things like Chashakaha, Pustakam, Balaha, etc. And the pronouns, personal pronouns aham and Bhavan, Bhavati, and then pronominal adjectives or pronouns, articles like he, she, it, in three genders, eshaha, saha, esha, sa, etat, tat, and then also interrogative pronoun kim, kaha, and ka. So if you practice these using these words and making small sentences, asking yourself questions, giving answers, I think it would be a good practice. And please remember these two subhashitas. Last time we learned for genitive case forms, hastasya bhushanam danam, and today we learned for atra tatra sarvatra, this beautiful subhasita. So please remember these subhasitas, memorize them. They are very helpful. And then next time we can also learn different verbs, kriya padani, and their uses, and making sentences by using different kriya padas verbs. And then we can also learn numbers in the next class. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this class and looking forward to seeing you in the next class on Friday at 2 o'clock. Thank you and have a good time. Namo Namaha. Punardarshanaya.